this offense. Wide receiver going in motion. To throw, it's Jennings. Looking to the big tight end. Complete to the right. End zone. Touchdown, SMU.
It's so nice to have these big playmaking tight ends that are basically oversized receivers. Make a play down the field to him. Huge catch radius, makes the play, and then I love the run after the catch. These guys can do this nowadays. He does the rest of the work and gets into the end zone.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. They'll snag it just inside the 10.
That's a breathing a sigh of relief for sure. Kick returner tries to take it out, puts it on the ground, but how about the offense getting back on it, turning what could have been a really bad play into, thank goodness I got the ball again.
Leaves it with the running back. Just ran him over. Determined run, but he stopped at the 2 yards down at the 13. All right, guys, let's take a minute to think about Nebraska. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top two teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these two teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams...
Breaks it in the open. He's at the 30. Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. They go to the ground. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. To move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing. For this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
No idea what he could have been thinking to try to return that one, and they stop him at the 7. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Use the play fake, now the throw. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Ridden out of bounds at the 14-yard line, and that will give them a bit more room to operate. The margin for error is so small in this conference, it's really imperative to get off to a good start in Big Ten play.
Especially, Reese, since you're adding so much talent now to this conference. But yet, year in and year out, you know the mainstays in this conference, but there's always some surprises. Football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They finally get him stopped after he maneuvered his way to the 42. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
Just nothing doing on that last run. They knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Looking to throw, it's Raiola. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
And I know it wasn't successful there, but you can go back to last week. Like, they're going to throw this man the football. They find creative ways to get in the ball. Really good coaches get their playmakers the ball in space, and that's what I like about this offense. I bet they come back to him and find a way to throw him the football somewhere.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoke the fear of God into this defense, because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. Fake on 1st down. Keeps looking downfield. And he goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive player right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
The Mustangs want to crank the tempo. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. And the Mustangs will punt this one away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He'll look it in inside his 40. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They were forced to punt on their last possession, but this time taking over with spectacular field position. Trying to get the corner. Running into the open space. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Cornhuskers! You're not going to keep the lid on this guy forever. Sooner or later, he's going to get loose.
He is. He's a bad man to shut your mouth. I mean, this dude can make plays. That's why you keep feeding it to him, because at some point, he's going to break it loose and make a huge play.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he's not going to take the touchback. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
And that's why defenses practice pursuit drills, right? All week long. Pursue, pursue, pursue. The play's never dead. You don't know what ball carriers are going to do. Sometimes they pirouette, they spin out, they try to reverse field, thinking they could be Superman and make a bunch of different guys miss. Not that time, though. Look at the defense and the speed they have. They never give up on the play, and they create a huge loss for this offense.
From his end zone, lot of room to throw downfield. Trying to make magic with his feet. At the 15, he's loose. There he goes. He goes offensive scripts on both sides have been masterpieces as they are going up and down the field in the first. Takes the handoff. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The Mustangs want to move quickly. Now the play fake. Now adjusting. He throws into the middle of the field. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
Well, I love the effort by the quarterback, right? Gets a little bit of pressure. He's able to scramble to his right, extend the play, and he tried to take a shot deep down the field, just not on the same page with his intended target.
Now this offense facing a third and long from their own 30. Wants to throw. It's Jennings. Outside the pocket, lets it go. And it falls in complete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there.
Well, it looked like the offense had a rhythm here early in the drive, getting a first down, but I don't know about that play call. Going deep on third down, low percentage throw. It falls incomplete. All that momentum that was established.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the... way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
And the Mustangs are marching down the field.
Get out of the way, boys. Come on. Come on, boys. Let's pound the rock. Score on these guys. Run up, back.
Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page.
It's about time, fellas.
I knew it was hot out there, but apparently it's fried the coach's brain. They've got the punt team out there, and it's not fourth down. He'll field the punt and look for room. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They tied it with a touchdown the last time they had it, trying to complement the defense's good work by taking the lead here. Off play action on first down. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. It was quite a burden for Dylan Raiola a year ago, viewed as the Nebraska football savior. So, Jesse, how should he approach growth and improvement in his sophomore season?
Well, I think you got to continue to grow. There were a lot of eyes on Dylan Raiola last year, and for good reason. He is unbelievably talented. You saw the swagger that he brings to the offense and that extra.
And the defense picks up the sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes, an offense, you're hoping the Olympics to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears in back.
The Cornhuskers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Back to pass, it's Raiola. With the catch, it's Johnson. He steps out of bounds after a huge play, but hang on just a second. Defense might get bailed out here by a flag. And now on second down for this offense. Back to pass. He uncorks one deep. Intercepted. Big play. Bringing it back. Finally brought down the one play not only and got the football to defend the field position with the return.
And that's the problem when you're living in second and long situations. Sometimes the quarterbacks feel like they just got to go get it all back in one throw. That's what he was trying to do on that one. Forced it into traffic, and the defense made it pay, coming up with a huge interception.
They're going to throw it to start the drive. Got a man. It's Hudson. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains to take it at 22. The Mustangs racing to the line in the hurry-up. Last season, Kevin Jennings took over as the SMU quarterback, and they went 11-1 before stumbling in the ACC championship game and in the college football playoff. What does he need to focus on in terms of improvement?
Just avoiding the turnovers, Reese. If Kevin Jennings does that, this offense is virtually unstoppable. Because of his ability to extend plays and create his accuracy throwing vertically down the field, SMU has everything they need. Rhett Lashley's going to have a lot of fun calling plays. If this guy takes that next step, watch out. This is a team vying for the college football playoff.
Stop them again on second and goal. Dropping back, it's Jennings. They get it into the end zone to bring up that opportunity. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? You see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week in the American fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Clemson is down right now, but I'm not convinced this team doesn't have a C.J. Spiller-like big play in them. Any change in momentum, and this is a brand new game. They're trailing by 11 to Temple. Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Turning it on! He's over 40. He's over 20. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Husker! There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that.
Big-time playmaker. He can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible because he'll make it happen.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it up. It's Johnson. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. From the gun, they're trailing Pollard. Finds a little bit of room, picks up 4 out to the 13. And the Mustangs come to the line in the hurry-up.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined, run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside, and that quarterback can go in the other direction.
The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. The Mustangs are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short.
It's safe, boys. Let's get a few yards on this play. Come on, dude.
Good catch. It's Matt. Out across the 20, they'll mark him out of bounds right at the 21-yard line.
Listen, at this point, the end of the first half, you're trying to generate some points. First downs are the most important thing. So a really good job there converting on that third. I love the decision by the quarterback. You kind of wonder, though, are they going to want to be a bit more aggressive and really start taking some more shots and attack?
Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line at warp speed for 2nd down. The gift to the tail. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Quarterback making adjustments. Back to throw. It's Jennings. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Rolling, boys.
They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
Yeah, I like this. I like aggressiveness, especially early in ball games. Set the tone. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to play 4-down football. Nowadays, it makes a lot of sense. You see it with analytics. Go for it, even if it's in your own territory.
Wants to throw on. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. Catch in the middle. It's Hudson. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down.
And after giving up that completion, guys, I wonder if the defense is going to decide to stay in zone or maybe mix things up, a little more man coverage, maybe blitz.
Running to Green. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? And the Mustangs want to pick up the tempo. 2nd down, he'll pull it. will come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. They'll try the outside to the left. He's in open space downfield. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
And this is a really good job of getting on the perimeter so quickly. When you run these tosses, you get away from the big boys. And when you got speed in the backfield, let him do the rest, right? Flip it to him, let him get outside, let him run the football and make a big gain. When you got speed at the running back spot, you definitely want to toss it to him and get him on the play.
They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they're on the move.
Real smart play. Great job. Get the positive yards, and then get your booty out of bounds.
It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Back to throw. It's Rayola. On the run. Still looking. Got out of trouble. Got rid of it. Makes the catch. It's key. He stopped at the 32. It'll be a first down in the waning seconds of the half. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Huskers getting set on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires to the right. Just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up 1st and goal. D-showing blitz and might be bluffing. Gets it out quickly. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Nebraska. Fit it in the window for the score.
And how about this offense responding late in the first half, getting the score, now an extra point away from tying this football game going into the half. It's exactly how you draw up a 2-minute drill. It's how you want to finish a half.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Mustangs will line up to kick off and start the second half. From inside the 10, here he comes. He gets a block, and he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are.
Oh, he's got it. Pick up on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge game? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
The give from the gun. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. And boy, that has been rare in this one.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating them up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the David. Finally, David, they get something positive here in the game.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. You need to put more plays together like that right there.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
To the ground with the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, and it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. Last thing he needs this guy getting knocked around. Wisely avoids the hit with the slide.
He did a really good job on third down, knowing where the sticks were, making sure he got past it. Listen, quarterbacks can get hit near the goal line punching in. On third down, those are those situations where it's okay to put the quarterback's body on the line.
That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the hit.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Looking for the score. The defensive man is picked off.
And I tell you what, when defenses play zone, all eyes on the quarterback. You have a zone to drop to, but just setting on the quarterback, reading his eyes. Great job by the defense, understanding the ball is coming out, breaks on the football, goes and makes the INT.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Dropping back, it's Jennings. It's complete to the left. Across the 25, he's got one. It's running room. He's at the 30. That is just a gargantuan play as he has it all the way down to the 20. And the Mustangs will hustle to the line.
And that's a great job by the defense not letting that bird out of the cage. When you can run like this guy can, you got to keep the edge. Did a great job. He went backwards, retreated, gave up some ground, but didn't give up the outside. Got the sack on the field.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, we've got a final in that Mountain West Conference Battle of Note. Florida sparkled today in a dominant road win. In fact, by the fourth quarter, it almost felt like this game was being played in the swamp. That's how much they took that crowd out of it. One game, I know, fellas, but this could be one to circle when we consider the big picture there in the Mountain West.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that. It sounds as if they had a good one there. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll try the run. Slithers into space. Breaks into the open. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one. You count up those explosive plays in a game, and you put a little extra star by the big run.
Yeah, this running back is a weapon, boy. He is so good in space. He's got shiftiness. He can make guys miss. And if this guy gets into the second level, watch out. He can hit a home run.
And the Huskers, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Looking downfield, it's Raiola. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it.
Well, you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. You just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. Big catches, big plays, tons of yards through 3 quarters for these two guys. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and
receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better defense. Number 3 is coming soon.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Fielded in the end zone. It's Johnson. He gets it across the 25 to the 27 after bringing it out of the end zone. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot. He's going to let it on fly down the road. Inside the 15. They get him down with this offense to set up first and goal from the 9.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
And if they want to take the lead, can't be thinking field goal here. They'll need a touchdown to go up in the 4th. Wide receiver comes in motion. Touch pass on the right. Trying to get away. SMU.
And this QB starting to do some work, man. The big explosive play in the passing game. You get inside the table thinking run, everybody thinking run. You pack it up with another pass, another great throw, and quickly this offense gets right to the end zone.
From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or 2, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. Ready to go back to work on offense. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
And just a great job by the defense being stout. Right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9.
Shut him down.
Mickey! To the air. It's Raiola. The short hand. Key. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
They'll give it to Johnson. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. And boy, that has been rare in this one.
How frustrating is that? You're that running back. Where were you supposed to go? There was absolutely no lane for him on that point.
The Cornhuskers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back to pass on 2nd down. Throws to the wideout. Makes the catch. The upset's been bubbling all day. Now at a full-fledged boil, guys. See if they can finish it off.
Can the underdog hold on? That's the big question right now. They've done so many positive things in this game, David, to put themselves in position to win, but this is the critical moment where your execution has got to be at its best.
And sometimes you start thinking now, and you start letting that clock tick, and you stop kind of playing carefree. Keep doing what you've done all day long to build the lead, finish this thing out, pull off the big.
There he goes. And he scoots out of bounds, picks up the first down, gets the clock stopped, and now they're in business in plus territory.
How about the blocking and execution on this play? Great job. Probably thinking pass. Everybody thinking later on in the game, they got to throw the football. Nice execution by the offense. Now I'm closer to that field goal range. Don't make the big mistake. I'm still going to stay aggressive and try to get this touchdown to take it.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, he's had the hot hand, 3 TDs in the game already. I like just force-feeding this guy the rock support.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They've been the more physical team. He does a really good job finding the end zone, running the football. That's why they featured him today.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Trying to barge their way in. Touchdown, Husker! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
This is an offense that has so much confidence. They believe they're able to win the game when it matters the most. They've got the playmakers to do it. You saw it on that last touchdown. Now taking the lead with less than 2 minutes to go.
He'll bring it out. It's Johnson. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Jennings. That's caught by Johnson. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing. He knew exactly what they needed there, made the play, and got out of bounds to stop the clock.
And you got to keep this turbo mode on, right? We got to keep going fast. The clock's running down. 4th quarter, need a score. Great execution to get the first down. We need a lot more of this in this drive.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. He breaks the tackle. He steps out of bounds, and that'll stop the clock. Great awareness there on that run.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. Just it makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
He has the first and still on his feet. He'll make his way out of bounds. Nice pickup, and more importantly, he gets the clock stopped.
Well, I love the variety in the run game you're seeing from this offense. It's not just going to be conventional handoffs. Won't just be the quarterback, but he's making good decisions. Pitching at that time, that's the right read, and it's not a huge explosive home run type play, but it is enough to help them pick up the first down.
Quick pass in the fly motion. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Trying play action. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose on the field. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. Time is their enemy. It's running out on them. Down 4, they'll go for it on 4th down. Quarterback making checks. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. He's got it. Touchdown, make sure they can't beat you with a field goal. And it's good, and he's got the lead up to 3 late. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25.